Hey everybody, only me again. So today is going to be a little bit of a different video. Today I'm going to be doing a review on some markers that were sent to me. And first off, I'd like to say right off the bat that I really do like these markers. And I'll show you a couple reasons why. They did do some improvements on the markers. They did do some, different things to help out with the carrying case, and one of the lids were named wrong. Well, we'll get into all that mumbo jumbo stuff. But I wanted to bring you guys these markers, Aspire Color. These were a big hit. Everybody bought these because there was a huge sale on them. They were a big hit, and then they ran out of stock really fast. But the good thing is about them running out of stock is that there was enough people that bought them that they were able to get some fabulous customer reviews back. Just comments about what people found that they liked or disliked with these markers. And with that feedback, I have to say that the people over there are great. The customer service is fabulous. They took everybody's comments, and they really focused on the ones where there was things that they could fix with the product itself. Everybody's going to have those opinionated ones where they don't like this, they don't like that, but they really took it into account and did some product enhancements that I really liked. So with that said, let's dive into these markers. So I got the set that was done before they did all of their improvements on it. So you guys can get to see the before, and if you want to purchase these, you guys get to experience the after too. And so this is the cute little carrying case they come in. There's 80 markers in here and one fine liner. So you open them up. I was letting my kids color with these. You open them up and you have all your markers, you have all your fine liners. But as you can see, the bag just kind of just does what it wants to do. You kind of have to manipulate it. I always just kind of put it down like this and pick my markers out that way. That's just how I do it. But there's a nice variety of colors in here that I really like. They do have, you got your chisel end. And then on the other side, they are your bullet nib. So these are not brush markers, but they are really good. The other markers that I have that are similar to these are the Cali Art markers. And I have to say, between the two, now I don't have the Cali Arts swatched out yet. I know I've been slacking. But if you have the Cali Arts, these have colors in it that the Cali Arts do not. And I kind of enjoy having both sets, to be honest with you, because they kind of commingle with each other really well. So yeah, okay, so the first thing is the case. As you can see, it's kind of all over the place and the markers are kind of everywhere, but they did improve this. So they put cardboard inserts on the inside of here to make the markers stand more upright so they're not all over the place and falling all over on you guys. So it made the case a little bit more sturdy, and it gave the markers somewhere to sit nice and pretty. The fine liner that comes with it, genius, I think, because I love fine liners. I don't know about you guys, I use fine liners all the time, especially when I'm coloring, or even when I'm drawing in my journals and things like that. It's a really nice fine liner. It's a 04, and I don't know if you guys can actually see that nib, but like it's super small. I actually ended up throwing it back in this case for this review. Normally I have it out in my fine liner little jar, because this fine liner I find is one of my go-tos. So really like that. Hopefully, I haven't looked, and I need to. I'll look before I post this video, because I want to see if you could buy this brand of fine liner on its own, because I love this fine liner. And if I do find them, you guys know, I'll put it all down in the description. Everything you guys are going to need is going to be down in the description. So that's the first thing. The second thing that they did fix is this marker. So B65 is ice blue. But on my version, it is labeled incorrectly. And I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's labeled, instead of an I, they used an L, so it's LCE blue. And I was told that that was going to be fixed, that they should now say ice blue on them. So that's another indication if you got the new version or the old version, you'll get an updated case with cardboard inserts, and your B65 will say ice blue on them instead of LCE blue. Okay, so next up is, let's go over the colors in here. Oh, let me say one thing. So I did get one marker, and I kind of put it to the side to show you guys. So mine is B63. The marker still works fabulously for the most part. So my cerulean blue, let me grab a scratch piece of paper here to show you guys. I don't know, let me zoom you guys in a little bit here. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can tell, but right here, if you see, there's a, like, I can go like this and it's smooth, but right here there's like a lip where it gets caught because the lid is like puckered out, like it just doesn't sit on there the right way. It's kind of bent out a little bit on the lid on this one, and it did cause the marker, I don't know if the lid being bent out caused it to happen or if the marker nib was like that, but it does have a little crack only on the chisel end. So when if I want to go just a chisel end, I get that line. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but I get a line through the whole thing where the chisel nib is not fully intact. It just has a little, and you guys probably can't even see that, but it just has a little groove cut into it. So every time I draw, it gets a line. I was hoping that it would kind of bleed into the line, and it does not. I'm always stuck with at least some sort of line. It doesn't really bother me too much because I mean, I do use my chisel ends a lot, but it doesn't take away from the marker. I can always use the fine tip, or I can just flip it over, and if I'm going to be coloring, I just use the end of the chisel nib and color away. So that is the only default marker I got in this whole set. Now I'm going to turn this light off that I have above me here because I got a lot of sunlight coming in through the window, and so maybe you guys can see a little bit better then if I can get it. You see that where that groove is right there in the marker. So there's that. Let's just turn on that light. Maybe that'll be a little bit better. Okay, so let's go on to the colors. The colors is what I want to talk about next. Down in the description is going to be a link for this color chart. I did chart out all the colors on their color chart so we can see. The only colors that I think can be improved on is the reds. I think that there is a lot of similar reds where I would have liked a little bit more variation in the reds, especially because, let me zoom you guys out just a little bit more. Since they're so close to each other, all of the reds are really close to each other, and okay, I don't know, you guys, I'm still playing with these lights. With the sun coming in, it's always hectic. But anyway, so yeah, the reds are kind of close, but if you're kind of comfortable with markers, you can darken up and deepen the reds as you go. Lightening them is a little bit more tricky, but you can deepen them up as you go if that's what you were looking for. Otherwise, I do like the nice range of blues and the greens. I like that there are purples in here. Because for some reason purples are like the color that I gravitate towards, and in a lot of sets, whether it's markers or pencils, you guys know that I use pencils a lot. I use markers especially as a base in a lot of my coloring, but purples are something that you really didn't, you don't have. Now this is the cap correction color where it says ice blue and not LCE blue. These two colors are supposed to go opposite of each other because I labeled them wrong, of course. And then the other thing is the skin tones. You guys can use, like, there's this one that's skin white, so I'm going to assume that it is a skin tone. But I like using the skin white, the powder pink, the salmon pink, and the cream. Those are not bad colors. I wish there was a color that was more on the pink side than on the orange side. Like the pale pink is just a little bit too dark. The powder pink isn't bad, but I wish it was more towards the pink than the yellow. And that's just me, personally, because you guys know I like doing skin a lot. But otherwise, the colors are very good. There's a lot of different grays and blues and all the colors that you need to have endless possibilities. Okay, so the other issue was when people first got these, when they came out, was that there was issues with inks leaking out of the markers. Now, I have not had that problem at all in any of these markers, but there was concerns about them, and there were some complaints. So it was a very sad day, and unfortunately they had to reduce their ink fillage. So they only fill it, you know, so far, but they reduced that by 7.5% so that there was no possibility of it leaking. With that, they're really juicy markers. I don't think that, you know, just reducing it by 7.5% is going to really hurt the longevity of the markers. I still think there's a fair amount of ink inside of these. And so I know that a lot of people are like, okay, well, are they going to last a month? Are they going to last a week? Are they, you know, whatever it may be. And so far, I've been playing with these now for over a month, and I have had no issues with them even slightly getting dry. So, and that's me playing with them all the time. And I know that I've done a couple of pictures on live streams with these markers as bases. I just couldn't do a review on them at the time. That is why I'm bringing them to you now, because they were out of stock. And I didn't want you guys to get all hyped up and wanting to try them, and they didn't have them in stock. So that's why I waited for the review, and I just got the email saying that they were back in stock. Okay, so I already talked about the cardboard inserts inside the bag. They did also upgrade the zipper. Now, I don't really know what the complaint was on the zipper or the concerns, because mind you, I have to like poke my markers in. Mine zips just fine. The zipper quality I had no issues with. On this bag, it is a little bit more flimsy just because the bag tries to fall, but I didn't have no zippers. But I guess there was concerns of people's zippers not working properly. They were kind of failing on them. They were breaking off, all of those things. So they did upgrade the zipper too, so that problem is taken care of. Right now, these are on Amazon US only. They are not available in the UK. I did look. I did send an email over to Aspire Color. I'm waiting on the response from them to see if they were ever going to be available on Amazon UK or any of the other Amazons. I know right now they're on Amazon US. They retail for $38.99 for the 80 marker plus one fine liner set. Right now you get a $3 coupon if you go over there and you pick them up. So it's $36. Let's just say it's $35.99. So 36 bucks for 80 markers. That's not bad. If you guys want to do the math, I can do the math real quick. And because you guys know, like, everybody is all into the Copics. And Copics, I don't know about you guys, but around me, if I don't use a 40% off coupon, now mind you, Copics have a brush nib and they have all this other stuff. But they retail for about anywhere from $7 to $8 a marker. So at these, let's say we paid retail price. So let's say $38.99 for 80 markers. So that is less than 50 cents a marker. It's 49 cents a marker, which I could have done that math in my head, but you know. But let's just say the $35.99 because they are on sale. So you're looking at 45 cents a marker. To me, that is not bad at all. 45 cents a marker. Even if you go to your local dollar store and you pay, you know, $1 for, let's say, one of their cheap 6-packs, this to me is a better deal because these are alcohol based. I don't know about your guys' dollar store. Like my dollar store has all water based stuff. They don't have alcohol markers. The only alcohol markers that I can get are the Sharpies, like the black regular Sharpie markers. But I do see some people picking up like water-based markers. You get like 6 of them in a package for $1, $2, whatever it is. This I think is a really good deal at less than 50 cents a marker for an alcohol-based marker, which, you know, we all love alcohol-based markers. The pigments are better, and we can just, they have a blendability that I think is a little bit better than a water-based marker. And so with that, let's do some fun stuff and see what we can do with these markers. Some of the stuff I have tested, some of the stuff I have not. But we're going to try it out together right now. So I have a couple practice pages. Give me just 1 minute and I'm going to get everything together and I'll be right back. Okay, and I am back with Selena Fenwick's Fadorables Tea Party image. I have it on PDF, so I just printed it out, and we are going to test out some of the things on these markers. So the first thing that I think that I want to test out, and I do got my my color chart here. So I think what we're going to do is we will go with, let's try this fluorescent yellow, and let's go fresh green. Okay. So I got those two colors here, and we're going to use the fine tip in both of these. And I want to see how they, if I can layer with them. So I'm going to start with the dark. We're going to just try this, you guys. Now these are super juicy, so they do bleed. So please take note of that. Like I already went over into this little cutie's ear, but that's okay. So while it's still wet, I want to go in with this lighter yellow. And add all of that in. I do love these colors a lot. So yeah, so that's really cute. And I'm going to try it. You guys know that I normally don't straight color. I'm a blender, shadows, an everything kind of person. Like I try to throw everything at pages sometimes. But with some of this is going to be straight color. We're going to do pencil over the markers. Like some of us do. We're going to try different things and see how it goes. Okay, so the next thing that I want to try, let's see, let's pull this out. Let's go on this little unicorn here. Let's try the GY167, the pale green light. So I'm really liking that color. And we will put, how about the grass green with it? GY47. Okay, so we're going to start off there. How do I want to do this? Let's go light first. Let's go light. So I'm going to take this pale green light, and I am going to, let's just color the unicorn this color. And I'm going to be using the chisel end this time. And we will see how this goes. I'm not going to do her nose. We're going to do everything else around there. If I'm out of frame, you guys, I apologize. So I'm trying to keep that wet line wet so that we don't have too many marker streaks with it. So far, it's looking really good. I straight colored with these for the first time the other day, and I had a blast playing with these. Me and Zayden and Xander whipped these out, and we played around with it. If they get their pictures done in time, I will throw that up too so you guys can see their projects that they were working on. If not, you guys know you can always find them on my Instagram or my Facebook, pictures that my children do. And if you do get these markers and you do do a picture with them, post them and use the hashtag Aspire Color, ASPIRE color, so they can put that on their news feed. They can see all the fun stuff that we do over here in the coloring community with these. You know, these are geared for any community whatsoever, whether you are drawing or coloring, an illustrator, whatever. So I really like that color. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with this grass green, and we're going to throw in some of these little highlighty areas or dark areas, shadow areas. That's what I'm trying to say. You guys, words are not my friend today. We're going to go right underneath her little neck here. And like I said, they bleed, guys. You guys can see how it's already bleeding out. So make sure you take note of that. Let's go around her little hairline. Ears. Under all these flowers. We're just going to do kind of like an outline of her. Because, well, this is how some people color. And there is nothing wrong with that. As you can see, I already bled into her hair, but I'm not really worried about that. Let's go with these wings. Okay, so we're going to leave her like that. Now I'm going to go back over her. We're going to use a chisel point now with this pale green light. And we're just going to go over all of that dark we just did. Now I'm going to use, like I said, the chisel end. And just kind of give it a real quick once over. To try to blend all of that stuff together. And I think that I also want to come up here by her ears. And we'll do some dark right there where the hair is. And the little fur is. Okay. So far she's kind of cute. Kind of liking that. Alright, now I want to go ahead and let's get some, I like this pale blue light. And we'll use this pale pink. I'm trying to use some of the, almost, a lot of the colors off of here. So I ended up going with the pale pink and the pale blue light. And I'm going to kind of come up here and just do real quick. We're going to do all the bubble-ish things in pale blue light. And I just got out of the lines there too. But that's okay, because once I add a background in, it'll be all good. And when I'm done with this, we're going to let this dry. We're going to come back up here with some pencils to see how pencils go over these. I mean, I already know how pencils go over them because I've used them, but I want you guys to see firsthand. Especially anybody new to this channel or anybody looking for a review on these markers to see if you guys should get them or not. And what they can do for you. And what you're doing with them. So I think that's what it all comes down to with all art supplies. It's what you do. I'm mainly a colorist. I do doodle and art journal, and so I use all my supplies for all of that. Okay, let's go back in here with this pale pink. And we're going to do all these little hearts. I don't know, I like these chisel ends, you guys. Like, I just feel like I can just go to town with them. I like the bullet end too on all the alcohol markers. But some chisel ends, and I don't know if you guys ever ran into this problem, they're kind of more like soggy. These are nice and firm where I can just kind of go to town and not have to worry about it. My edges are still crisp. If I want them to be crisp, I can manipulate them even into the littlest of corners because of how stiff they are. Okay, so there's that. Let's see. So from here, let's go to, so how about we use I'm thinking I like this Viridian green and maybe this vivid green. So let's get vivid and Viridian. Okay. I want to use the bullet end. And let's just do some of this hair here. I'm trying to let those bubbles dry. I mean, alcohol markers dry pretty fast anyway, but I want them to dry, and we're going to go back up there with some pencil. And I'm trying not to let this video go too long, you guys, because I don't want to have to speed it up. Because if I speed it up, then you won't hear what I'm saying. And doing a voiceover, sometimes I just don't have the time for it. You guys know that I have 4 boys and a husband, and I get pretty busy sometimes. But art is something that I really enjoy. Coloring, art journaling, all of that stuff is something that is a part of my everyday life. And if you guys hear the kids yelling, I do apologize. It is summer here, and so they are full of energy, and it's a super hot day out, and so they're in the house and they're coming in and out of the room and they're fighting downstairs. So it's a constant.
Do you know it's in nobody's quiet? I say you don't.
And of course one just walks in right now and has to start talking to me when they know that I'm recording. But that's the life of being a mom, this is what they do. You know, I have a 6-year-old who just, I don't know, I don't think he understands sometimes that sometimes you gotta be quiet. Like, I feel like when I tell them, okay, mom needs you guys to be quiet just for a half hour so I can record a video, they just get louder. But, you know, that's what kids do. And we have to love them for that. Okay. So even with this bullet nib, excuse me, you guys, I really like that I'm not getting a lot of those harsh lines. Excuse me. Because the markers are so wet and juicy, it's like they stay wet a little bit longer. I know that a lot of people say to like really saturate your page so that, you know, your markers go on smoothly. I don't know. I'm not having a real issue with these, so I'm really liking that. I guess we can come up here and we'll do this front area here. Now I am like right by all the flowers and everything, like I'm pressing super light, like just barely kissing the page with these markers because they are so juicy, and I love that about these. But I don't want it to bleed too much. Like if it bleeds a little bit, sometimes it's unavoidable. At least for me. Okay, so let's go back up here. Okay, so there's that. So far I am liking. Okay, so these puppies are probably dry. Let's grab some pencils. You know what, we'll just grab some Black Widows. Let me just grab 2 blues real quick. I'm just grabbing 2 random blues. So let's see, I got Galaxy Blue and I got Blue Horizon. So let's work on this bubble here. So I am just going to put some of this darker blue down at the bottom. We'll come back in and blend that in, and then we'll go with the Blue Horizon. Bring that up here. And I'm just going to go super light up here to kind of blend it in with that marker color that we already put down. Kind of looks like a smiley face. It's cute. But as you can see, the colored pencils go over really nice. Now I want to darken this up. I personally, if the paper is not like a great, you know, high quality paper, I do like laying my marker bases down on it and going over it with colored pencil. I just feel that it allows your pencil to go down without having to work your pencil too much. Okay, now I'm going to take this blue and I want to go right around the edge here. Kind of make that bubble pop a little bit. And let's take our white Posca pen. And we'll just make all these little shine areas white. And I mean, that's what I'll probably do with all of these when I go to finish this picture. But we're going to keep going here. Okay, so the next thing that I want to do is I want to try, let's go with, I'm thinking azalea purple, because I really don't think that is a, let's see, azalea purple isn't really a purple. And then so if I go azalea purple, we can go with maybe this pastel pink. See, RP17. Okay, and let's play with these wings. Now what I want to do is I kind of want to go, we're going to go with this dark first. I'm just kind of going around all of this stuff. I'm not even trying to be perfect, you guys. For this, I just want to have fun. Whenever I use markers for fun. If I want to go real technical, I always tend to go with my colored pencils. Alright, so now we're going to come in with this pastel pink and we're going to go over all of this. Trying not to get it on her little muzzle area there. And I say she because I think she's a she. Like, she's too pretty to be a he. Okay, now I want to go in and I want to see what this Colorless blender does. As we all know, in alcohol-based markers, Colorless blenders kind of erase color. They don't really blend color. I have not tried this yet. So I'm going to assume that it's about the same thing, where it's going to erase some of the harshness as opposed to blending it together, but I could be wrong, so we're going to find out. Because if you don't try, then you never know, right? Okay, I'm going to let that sit for a little bit, see what that does. If we don't see much of a difference, I'm going to go ahead and use the chisel end and go over it all one more time. To see, why not, right? So while we're waiting on that to do its thing, let's go with some... let's do these reds. Let's go an old red and a vivid red. So, old red and vivid red. We're going to kind of come up here. You guys know, if you guys have been to my channel, you know that I'm in love with coloring roses. I absolutely love it. They're one of my most favorite things to color ever. Okay, so let's go with some, oh, let's do this one down here. There's a couple more. We're going to hit all of these real quick. I'm really liking how these two reds are blending together. Even though I'm throwing that the darker red on there haphazardly, this old red, but I'm going over it with the vivid red. It kind of is blending really nice. Okay, that is dry, and now I'm going to go back over with the colorless blender one more time. We're going to use this chisel end, and we're just going to go over the whole thing and see what happens, you guys. See if it actually blends at all, or what it's going to do. I see that it's lightening up the colors a little bit. And then we're going to take this chisel end, the bullet end, and where I went out of the lines over here, let's just do that, and let's see if it's going to erase that for us. Okay, we're going to kind of let that sit and see what happens. Even though I'm kind of liking the wings. We'll see. Okay, so I'm going to go back with this azalea purple. And then we will grab this pastel pink. And with markers, I always like to try dark to light, light to dark, and just see what different effects I get off of it. Okay, so as you can see, the colorless blender kind of got rid of that up there, and it did kind of make this like a mottled almost look. I don't mind that look. Okay, let's keep moving on here. What do we want to use? Let's use... What about if we use this light violet? And maybe this pastel violet. Let's see, light violet. P82. Oops. No, that one can go back. And what did we say? Pastel violet. P84. Alright, so let's try this. We're going to go with this pastel violet, and let's color this whole bottom of this cup here. I'm going to go ahead and come over here. And as you guys can see, like, I'm just using the chisel tip. And if you guys are coloring, remember, it's okay to go out of the lines because we're just having fun, right? Okay, so that was a pastel violet. Let's get this area right here just a little bit better. Okay. And now I'm going to go back in with the light violet. We're going to use the little bullet end here. We're going to darken that all up. Okay. Again, I apologize for the noise in the background. Alright, so I'm just going to real quickly go over all of these little dots. And as you can see, the dark over the light, it covers it really nice. The pigments are really nice and rich in these. I really like that. Okay, and I don't know about you guys, but my trouble color is always orange when it comes to markers. For some reason, and I don't know, it could be just me and my quirkiness, but oranges seem to give me some issues. So, I'm going to throw in some orange in here to see if I have issues. I'm looking. Let's go this orange and this French vermilion. I was kind of looking at the caps. Most of the caps, that's another thing that I wanted to touch on. Most of the caps are kind of sort of close. What did I say I wanted to go? Oh, I wanted orange and French vermilion. So, as you can see, I mean, the caps are not off on most of them. Even on the French vermilion, they're pretty close. There are some, though, that are really, okay, like this one, for instance. This dark blue light, it's kind of like this really pale purple color, but it's actually a blue. So you could see where they're a little bit off. So I always say, please, 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 color swatch. Especially with markers. Well, pencils too, but... Okay, so these are my problem children right here. We're just going to do this orange. Why not?
I'll give you chips. I'll give you chips. I'll give you chips.
I'm going to switch over here to the bullet nib. So far, I'm really liking it because, like I said, orange is my problem child. Orange is the one color that I just cannot get to lay right for me. So I'm going to use this French vermilion. And, okay, that might not be a dark enough color. Maybe. Okay, and then after this, I'm going to try one more thing, and I will let you guys go and make some decisions on your own. Okay, so actually that's not bad. I kind of like that. I really do. Okay, so next I want to try blending. So let's go with, sorry if you guys see the reflection in here. I'm trying to look, guys. I'm looking. Let's go this Skin White and Rosy Berg. Berg? I don't know. It's B-E-R-G-E, guys. Okay, so here is that one. And I want to go Skin White. And it's not like I'm coloring skin on here, but it'd be nice to see what we can do with it. So I'm going to do the inside of this cup. So let's go with this Skin White. Okay, let's go in with this Rosy Burge. Okay, now while that's still wet, I'm going to go back in with the Skin White. And now I am not using marker paper, guys. This is just, this is Neenah Neenah Cardstock, I believe it is. So I'm going to go right back in with this Rosy Burge, and we're going to blend it out one more time. Just around the edges here. And to me, that actually blended not too bad. So let's see if we can repeat the process over here. Okay, we're going to kind of outline this. I guess I'm going to have to be a little bit quicker because it's got a little bit more spots in it, but I think we'll be okay. So let's go over all of this while it's still wet. Go back in with this one. And blend it one more time. And this is how I blend alcohol markers. You guys know that I am not an aficionado of alcohol markers, but this is just how I do it and how it's always worked for me. I just want to go a little bit in here, and we'll just blend that out real quick, like so. Then let's take one more red. Let's try this geranium, G15 or R15. Geranium. Like I said, I was trying to throw a lot of different colors at this so you guys can see what's going on. I was going to let my kids actually color theirs on camera, but I don't know now because they wanted to color one on camera. I don't know now. They just, they're just all over the place today. Okay, now we're going to add some powder pink to these ears. And we're just going to go ahead and stop there. I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. Overall, you guys, I love these markers. The colors are fantastic. I am going to sparkle this up and use this, of course, for a hashtag. I still got a couple more days left in June, so I can squeeze this in for Glitter for Pickle. But yeah, I do love these markers. I think they blend well. I think the colors are vibrant. I think they're nice and juicy. Of course, they're going to bleed through, just like any alcohol markers is going to. But that's something that when you use alcohol markers, you kind of know and you're aware of. So, you guys, once again, right now, they are $38.99. And you can get it with a $3 coupon. You get them for $35.99. That's under 50 cents a marker. I love these markers. Like I said, a pencil over them works really good. I have used these with even Crayolas over them, a budget pencil, and they worked fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. But yeah, I am going to finish this up. I'm going to throw it up on Instagram or on Facebook with the hashtag, of course. And let me know what you guys think about these markers, if it's something that you're interested in, or if you already have them, what your thoughts about them are, because I do like them a lot. And not because they gave me these for free, to review. That's not even, if I get stuff for review, I'm going to give an honest review whether the company likes it or not. Like I said, I had that one marker that was messed up. I showed you guys that. Those character flaws don't bother me. I do know that they bother some people. I'm sure that if you contacted Aspire Color or you contacted Amazon, they would have fixed that order immediately. Me, I'm okay with it because it wasn't really harming the marker. That little groove in the marker doesn't really affect me either. But like I said, I am not one to color with straight marker. I have been, especially with pages like this, and I've been having a blast doing it. I've never tried this blending, so I really like that. Same thing with the Colorless blender. I really don't use that much, but I do like how it goes. It did erase the color on the outside of here pretty much. You can't even see it. So with that, guys, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and let me know what you think about Aspire Color. I'm going to go and feed my children, finish this up, and post it. Bye, guys. Have a great day.